Are you ready to be your highest self? Are you ready to level up and experience the life that you know you are meant to have? If so, this is going to be the episode for you because we're going to talk about how to unlock that positive mindset so that you can move forward and enjoy and expand the life that you know you deserve. My name is Henry, and this is the #1 mindset podcast, the Positive Mindset Podcast, where we come together to raise our vibration, lift our perspective, and build that positive mindset. I'm so thankful to have each and every one of you here today because this is going to be a powerful shift that you can apply immediately to become the version of yourself that you know that you're meant to be. But before we get started, we're going to take a few moments to slow down, zero in. We're going to take some deep, healing, meditative breaths to help us align on the frequency that we want in our lives. So you can pick a word. It could be love, joy, happiness, abundance, whatever frequency you want. And we're going to take a deep breath in. And as you're breathing in, you're going to charge yourself up. You're going to break down the negativity, the blocks, the weight, everything that's just been holding you back. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. We're going to take another deep breath. This one is about alignment, about getting ourselves in receiving mode so that we can receive the message that we need to hear to get us in that positive perspective. So just imagine that you are surrounded by the most healing, uplifting energy that's meant specifically for you. It could have a certain color, a certain taste, a certain smell, however you imagine it. And when you breathe it in, it's going to charge you up. It's going to break down the negativity, the blocks, the weight, everything that's just been holding you back. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take another deep breath in. And out. So to help break down this concept, I'm going to use an example. And this, I think, is the most relevant to how you become the highest version of yourself. So many of us have gone on a diet in the past or wanted to lose weight or gain weight or, just change something physically. And so what you do is when you go on a diet, you start cutting out things that aren't healthy for you and you start eating healthier foods, you start exercising. But a lot of times what happens is we focus a lot on what we're no longer getting. Because if you were eating tasty foods before, whether it was candy or desserts or just a lot of good sauces or fried foods, whatever it is, like really good tasting food, if you were eating that before and then you have to cut it out, what happens is we focus on what we no longer get. And so many people go on this diet where they're eating foods they don't enjoy. They're doing exercises that they don't enjoy with a goal of who they want to become, right? Maybe they want to lose 20 pounds or they want to build some muscle, whatever it is. They have this goal, but in their mind and in my mind and possibly in yours in the past, we can't wait to be done. Not only do we want the result, but we want the things that we miss. And so what happens is people go on these diets. They think about all the stuff they've been missing. They are miserable during the diet, but they get the result because they stick to it. But then once they get the result, they go back to doing the things that they actually enjoy. And before you know it, you're back in the position you were before the diet or even worse. So how can you do this in a different way? If you want to become the highest version of yourself, you would be in the best shape possible. You would be in the best mind state possible. You would be in the best energetic state with love just abundant within you. And of course, you'd be able to expand in any way you desire, whether it's financially or experience, whatever it is, you'd be able to expand and bring your best self there. But if there's things that you're doing now, whether it's negative thoughts, negative habits, negative actions that have created the current version of you, You probably enjoy some of them. You probably have comfort in some of them. So how do we eliminate them so that we can become the version that we want to be, that we desire to be, that we know we should be, and not have that same effect that happens when someone goes on a diet, where we're noticing all the things that we're not getting. Then once we get to the result, we go back to them because we missed them, we want them part of our life, and then we lose what it is that we built. This is why a positive vision of yourself is so important. When you can create a version of you that you know you should become, you can actually attach yourself to it, to where you love what creates that version. Now, this is a process. When you start with the vision, when you start understanding who you want to be, you start thinking about the material things first because that helps us see the picture. But ultimately, as you build out this version, you start thinking, how does this me think? How does this me handle adversity? How does this me enjoy life? You think about the I am statements that future you would have. What would future you think about money? If they've built themselves up, if they're strong financially, maybe their I am statement is I'm a millionaire and I receive millions of dollars a year. How does this future version of you view health? If they are in shape, if they are the version of you that you want to become, and there is no right or wrong, it's what you feel called to be. If they're that version, how do they view what they eat? How do they view their activities? What do they do for activities? Do they go to the gym for 3 hours a day? Or do they go for a walk for 30 minutes a day? What do they do and who are they that's in alignment with your highest self, that calling? They love those things. They probably have a statement like, I am healthy and I make healthy decisions. And then they eat the things in alignment with who they are. And so as you start creating this version of yourself, it becomes a dream at first, but then it starts becoming a purpose. The more time you spend building this version of you in your head, the more excited you get about becoming it. The more scenarios and scenes that you can create that future you gets to experience. And whether this future you is 6 months from now, a year from now, 10 years from now, you can have multiple versions of this, multiple steps of who you want to become. But as you keep exploring living life as future you start getting excited. You start getting attached to that vision because it's guided by your higher self. The more time you spend creating, the more gift, the more love support you'll get from the higher self to make that the version of you that you want to be. And so what you originally thought future you want might change after a few weeks of meditating and focusing on who you can become. As that image becomes real, you start understanding how future you thinks. Then you bring future you thoughts, those I am statements, to current you. So for me, I use the I am statements. I am love and I live in love and light. I am healthy and I make healthy decisions. I am a millionaire and I receive millions of dollars a year. Those three are health, wealth, and happiness. That's what future me lives and believes, because future me is those things, all categories. So they don't desire $1 million, they have it. They don't desire to be healthy, they are healthy. They don't desire to think in love frequency, they already do. It's as if they've already received it because they have in future self. So current me analyzes all aspects of my life in health, wealth, and happiness with those I am statements. If I'm dealing something with work, I run the line, I'm a millionaire and I receive millions of dollars a year, to put me in the perspective of who I am. I truly am, not my current state, but my full state. If I'm about to eat food, or I'm thinking about what exercise I need to do, what kind of activity do I want to do, I think about who I want to become, how they look, and then I say, I am healthy and I make healthy decisions. And then I act in alignment. When you have the thought and then you act in alignment with it day after day, belief starts to happen. When you start to believe that you can be that person, you start receiving a little bit as that person. Once you believe that you are that person, you truly start receiving. You see, this is all about the law of attraction. It's not about what you have to do, it's about who you have to become. If you can become the person, you can receive the vision. That's how this works. If you've been spending your whole life focusing on process, focusing on how do I achieve this, how do I do this, you can't wonder why you haven't received the ultimate version of yourself. It's because you didn't focus on becoming, you kept looking at the steps to do something versus the steps to be something. It's so powerful, because what happens is when you start believing that's who you are, you get fulfillment from the good things. So it's like going on this diet that we talked about before, but starting to love the foods that are creating the version of you that you're becoming. It's starting to love the exercise or activity, whatever it is, that's building the future you that you want to become. And whenever you act out of alignment, so it flips the script. When you act out of alignment, meaning you eat the food that you used to desire, it will lose its taste. It will lose its flavor. It will lose its value to you because it's not a part of your bigger vision. This happens over time. It's a powerful shift. It's how you become the highest version of you. There is no shortcut. There is no get rich quick. There is no elevate fast. There is no quick shift. It's about becoming and believing. You receive as soon as you believe. So everyone's timeline is different. Once you truly believe that that's who you are, and the belief comes from the thoughts and actions in alignment day after day, you start receiving. You start becoming empowered. You start loving your day. When you love the process, that's where fulfillment comes in. Because process always needs to be there. The actions always need to be there. The mindset always need to be there. Once you love it, you can do it because love is the most powerful energy of all. Doing it out of fear because you don't want to be overweight anymore, you might be motivated to get it done, but living in fear is no way to be fulfilled. Living in anger and aggression is no way to be fulfilled. Those are powerful motivators, but they're still not as strong as the love frequency. Guide yourself to build your higher self. Love will take you there. Spend time focusing on the most healed, loving, expansive version of you. Understand how that version of you thinks. Bring it into today. This process will set you free. This process can offset anything that has led you to this point. You can become whoever it is that you want, but you have to become the version. Don't just chase what that person has. If you chase what that person has, even if you do achieve it, because manifestation is real, you can receive $1 million without becoming the version of you that you want to be. If you receive it, then you bring your current self there, meaning your current self-doubt, your current anxiety, your current depression, your current self-loathing, whatever it is, comes with you. I promise you, I work with people that have the money that you wish you had, and they're not happy. They're miserable. And then I work with people that have the inner peace and they're ready to expand financially. And I promise you, you want to be the one with inner peace every single time. Heal yourself first. Create this future version of you that's healed, loving, forgiving, at peace, centered, sleeps peacefully, wakes up with joy, wakes up with excitement, wakes up with love. Build that version, and then whatever material stuff you want to add to it is great, because expansion is powerful. As you expand as your loving self, you're going to be able to impact people in a stronger way. So it's all good when you elevate with love. Build the future version of you, find the mindset, bring it into today, and then every day when you say your I am statement in alignment with higher self, act in alignment. Make sure you do it even if you don't feel it. Especially if you don't feel it, because that's when the belief happens. When you know you will do something, whether you want to or not, that's who you are. So many of us have negative habits that way, where we will do the negative thing, whether we want to or not. We know we will do it every single day. You got to understand that that creates who you are. You believe that that's who you are, so that's how you receive. So if you want to change it, act in alignment even if you don't feel it. If you do that, over time, you do believe you will receive and you'll become the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was impactful and gave you a positive perspective on how you can shift right away. If you enjoyed this episode and want to make sure you don't miss a single one, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link down below. It will keep you up to date with every single episode. And if you want to follow me on social media, there's my Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook group all down below. I appreciate all the follows there. And if you listen to this episode and you want to take it to the next level, you want to work with someone to help you build that vision, to really iron out your mindset so that you have a positive mindset where you see the good, you see the love, you see the brightness in everything, and you're able to bring that within you. This is what I do. I'm a mindset coach. I help people center themselves, get that high positive perspective, build the vision, bring it within them so they can live a fulfilling life. Whatever it is that you're going through, whatever shift you need to make, let's work through it. It can be done. I only have a few spots left right now, and I'm looking to close it out hopefully by the end of the month. So if you want to work with me and you've been thinking about it, reach out now. My Instagram is right down below, or there's a link down below. You can fill that out as well, and I will reach out to you directly. I'm looking forward to talking to you and helping you get through this together. Well, thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.